about some relief for small businesses. So for the next slide, my name is Mary Helen Aldiz, and I'm the Women's Business Border Center Program Director. It is a funded program through the Small Business Administration and has been operated through the Hispanic Chamber for 20 years now. We do have technical assistance that we offer to anyone that's interested in starting and growing their small business. And if you are a small business that has been impacted by COVID, please reach out to us. We have expanded our team to assist you in anything that you might be needing for your business to, recover. I wanted to take this time to share some announcements about three key programs aside from the one that you're going to learn about more today. And we do have grants available for businesses that are located inside the city limits. And if you've been in business more than a year and you have been impacted by COVID-19, we have grants available from $1,500 to $5,000. So please reach out to your Hispanic Chamber so you can know more about that grant funds that are available to you. We still have some more money left through our county grant program. So if you're a small business located in the outskirts of El Paso, please let us know. We still have some funds available there. And of course, we want you to practice safety protocols and have safe environments for your customers and employees. So we do have some free survival business kits available here at our office. So please reach out to us and let us know if you are eligible, and we can make sure that you can receive some either funds or your free business kit. On the next slide, please. So today we are going to learn a little bit more about how to qualify for some assistance through El Paso Water. They do have some funds available for residents and now for businesses. So we're really excited to hear and learn more about that. And let me share a little bit more about our speaker today. And let me share a little bit of more about Ms. Christina Montoya Halter. She has 20 years of combined news, media, communications, and marketing experience. She is currently the communications and marketing manager for El Paso Water, and she oversees internal and external communications for the utility with El Paso Water. So thank you so much, Christina, for joining us today and sharing how much this program is important for the residents and as well as our business owners. So please take it over, take it away. Thank you, Christina.
Okay, thank you, Mary, for that wonderful introduction. And first of all, on behalf of El Paso Water, we understand that the businesses in our community and residents in our community are, having challenging times because of COVID. And when we started experiencing COVID back in March, El Paso Water was, one of the first utilities to actually stop with disconnections with our customers. That's something that we usually do when you fall behind on your payment. But we actually stopped doing those disconnections, and we still are today. But what we've seen as a result is that several of our customers, commercial and residential, have fallen very far behind on the payments for their water bills. So what we've done, and several other utilities here in El Paso have done, and we're grateful to the city of El Paso because we applied for some grant funding through the CARES Act, and that gave us about $500,000 in grant funding that we can apply to our customers that have fallen behind on their overdue water balances as a result of COVID. So that's what I'm here to talk about today. We want to help our customers get back on our feet. We care about you. We want to help you get there, especially because disconnections will eventually resume, and we don't want to have anybody in a bad situation. So we'll talk about small businesses first. You see the bullets there on your screen. To qualify for this program, obviously you have to have an El Paso Water commercial account, and your business has to be located inside the city limits. I believe there is other relief available through other organizations if your business is in the county, but for this program, this is within the city limits. And most importantly, you have to have 5 or less employees, and that also includes the business owner. And then obviously you have to have an overdue water balance. It can't be applied for credit for future water use. It has to be for balances that you've already incurred. And you'll actually have to show that you have been impacted by COVID-19, financially impacted, whether that's because of health reasons, or if some of your employees were sick. You have to show that. And the good news is it's up to $1,000 per customer that you can get credit on your overdue water balances. So, but I have to say, funding is very limited, and the deadline is coming up. It is November 30th. So I'm grateful to the Hispanic Chamber to allow us to be on here today to urge you to please apply as soon as possible, because if you don't apply, you can't get some of that funding, and we really want people to get that help that they desperately need. So let's go to the next slide. So I mentioned earlier, we have the residential customers. So it's not just small businesses. We actually started with residential customers relief about a month ago. And that is customers that live within El Paso city limits. And it has to be the account holder that applies for this, this assistance, and they have to be living in that residence. You also have to meet some low income thresholds that are all explained. I believe it's 80% median is the household low income thresholds. And you also have to, the same as the businesses, demonstrate economic hardship as a result of COVID-19. And obviously you have to have an active account with El Paso Water. One thing that is different is you cannot get, have received any other funding through the CARES Act to help with water utility assistance. There's other organizations like Project Bravo, Project Amistad, that are giving utility assistance to electric, gas, and water. And you can't double dip. You can't get some assistance from them and then get it from us. So you have to make sure this is, your only form of assistance for the water bill. And the same thing again, the funding is limited. We have already processed several assistance application packets for several residential customers already, but we do have a lot more funding left. So we're hoping that people get in there by the November 30th deadline. And so the next slide. So we actually just yesterday, this is hot off the presses, we had these flyers printed up, and the chamber is we're so grateful for their collaboration and helping us get this out to small businesses in our community, but we're also going to be mailing some directly to some businesses that we've identified that do need help. So look out in your mailbox, or feel free to contact the chamber for more information on this. I'll give you another number at the end of this, but I wanted you all to see what this flyer is. It's basically highlighting the Small Business Relief Program and everything that I explained about eligibility requirements, everything I explained about the relief, and then how to apply is very small there. But if we go to the next slide, you'll be able to see the numbers and the website. You can see there, it's epwater.org/COVID-19 assistance. And you can call 915-263-4444, or you can even email our customer.recovery@epwater.org. We have several staff members standing by Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at that phone number, and they're looking at emails. So I welcome you. Please give them a call if you have questions, or you can go directly to that website address. You can download the application, fill it out, and email it to the email address there. So I'll be happy to take any questions if you have any about either of the programs.
Great. And thank you so much, Christina, for sharing all of that great information. We do have some questions in our question and answer box. And one of the questions is, if I have two businesses under my name, CSN, I qualify for both businesses, or is it only one business per business owner?
Well, I believe, and again, I'm not part of the team that's actually taking the calls, but my understanding is that it's per account that you have. So if you're, excuse me, if you have two separate accounts, then you should be able to apply for both, but it has to be one application packet per account, if that makes any sense.
Okay, sure. And the next question is, what if my wife and I are both owners? Does she also count as an employee?
Yes, yes, it has to be 5 total, including the owners. So if it's 2 owners, then those count against the 5 owners. And again, this guidance was given to us by the city as their definition of what a micro enterprise business is. We've kind of shortened the name to small business, but as part of the grant funding, it has to fall under the definition of a micro enterprise business, and that it's 5 employees or less.
The next question is, how do we demonstrate economic hardship? What documents do you need exactly?
Well, that's a good question. We have people sending in copies of their bank accounts, maybe showing, the differences, maybe notes from doctors, maybe showing that employees are out. There is on the website, when you download the application, if you don't have any of those documents, there's also an opportunity to do a self-certification letter. So you can do a self-attestation, basically saying and explaining how you've been impacted by COVID-19 if you don't have any official documentation.
And thank you, Christina. The next question, I know you covered it, but they're asking, is this program available for businesses only or also residential?
Yes, the program is available. It was available to residents first. We just got the clearance a couple weeks ago to add it for our small businesses. So we welcome you. If you're a small business owner and you have residential account, you could apply for both programs for your residents and for your business. So everything is there at our website, the epwater.org/COVID-19 assistance. You'll see information about the residential program. And then on the left-hand side, you'll see small business program. You can download both applications there.
Thank you, Christina. And our next question from one of our attendees is, if our balance is over $1,000, do we qualify? Why if we pay whatever amount we have over the 1,000 and then apply? I guess, are they afraid if they have more than a balance of 1,000, are they required to pay the remaining balance? Or
it's a good question. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. So the funding available is up to $1,000. If you have more than that kind of a balance, what we could do is work with you on a payment plan for the rest of the balance that is due. But as a customer, you are responsible for whatever you've incurred on your water bill, whether you're a business, whether you're a resident, anything. What this program is doing is helping you with that balance that you do. Oh, we're giving you a credit for that balance. So whatever is left, you are still responsible for. So it's a very good point, because some people may think I may get $1,000. I don't have to pay the rest if it's $1,500. And that's not accurate. You do have to make good on the other balance, but we are really trying to work with our customers. We will do very long-term payment plans. So we will help you pay that off. We don't want to see anybody, in a bad situation. But that is, water services that you did use. So we do expect it to be paid at some point.
Perfect. And I guess the next question, it goes along, does the residential program have the same requirements? Is it up to 1,000 as well?
No, the residential program is only up to $500. And what's different about the small business is that it is only for 6 months too. So it's up to $1,000, but that's over a 6-month time frame period back from when you actually apply. And for the residential, there's no time limit on the month. So it's anything up to $500. But again, the same thing applies. Say you owe $600 and you qualify for $500 worth of funding, you're still going to be responsible for that $100. But we urge you to call our customer service center and get on a payment plan for the rest of the money that you do owe. And we will work with you. And we've done that with many customers. We've actually always done that. That's something that El Paso Water has always done. We've always offered payment plans to our customers. We want to help them get back on their feet. And so the same thing applies in this situation.
Great. They also asked, is the deadline the same for the residential program as well? The same deadline?
Yes, the deadline is November 30th, and that's because we have to accept all the applications, process them, and it does take about 10 to 15 days, is what we're estimating for us to get the applications, process them. Sometimes we have to go back and forth with the applicant. There's a lot of times where applicants are not submitting all the documentation and they end up being denied. And so we have to contact them and tell them to please submit this. So it does lengthen the process. So I'm glad you brought that up because I want to urge you, make sure you read the application and make sure you do attach all the documentation that is asked for so that we can make the process more efficient.
Thank you, Christina. And another question is, do you have any programs for businesses with more than 5 employees?
At this point, we don't. This program is through the city of El Paso, through the CARES Act program. When we initially got the $500,000 in funding, it was only for residential customers, but we actually asked them to include some of our small businesses, and that's what we were given clearance to do. So we don't have anything. But I urge you, if you are a business with more than 5 employees and you do have a balance, please do call our customer service center because I said, they will work with you. They will put you on a long-term payment plan to make sure that you get up to date. So when we do resume disconnections, you will not be affected.
Great, thank you so much. And another attendee had a question. She says, I have 2 hair salons, one in Alameda and the other inside the El Paso city limits. Does that mean only one hair salon qualifies?
The eligibility requirements for the program do state that you have to be within city limits. So the business and the account that you have that's within city limits, that would be what is eligible for this program. However, and I think Mary probably is knowledgeable of other programs out in the county that may be able to help businesses that are in the county areas. There may be other types of help out there, just not with this program. And again, you could call our customer service center, and the last resort is to get on a payment plan to help you out at some point.
Most definitely, and thank you for that. And please reach out to us. We do still have some county funds available, but like Christina mentioned, it is first come, first serve. So please reach out to your Hispanic chamber to see if you can be eligible and qualify, so we can help you with that assistance. We do have one more question, Christina, and it asks, do you foresee this program extending the deadline for businesses? COVID is not going away.
Well, we wish we could, but again, this is a program that's through the city of El Paso. It's grant funded. We have to report and give everything back to the city, and the deadline that we were given is what we're dealing with. So there may be a chance that the city may extend it. We don't know, but our recommendation is just please apply as soon as possible so you can be eligible and get those funds.
Most definitely. With that, those were our last questions that we have in our question and answer panel. Is there anything else that you would like to share, Christina, before we end our session today?
No, I just want to reiterate that, it's important to look at the application, make sure you have all the documentation, check it, and then just be patient. Once you send it in, the turnaround time is about 10 to 15 days for our staff that is looking over the applications. I think they're getting, anywhere from 50 to several hundred applications a day. So just be patient with us. We're doing our best, and we will reach out to you if we do need something. And once your application is approved, if it is approved, it will take about 5 days for that credit to appear on your account. So keep that in mind, that it won't appear right away. But again, I just want to reiterate that we've always been here for our customers. We want to help our customers. And if this funding doesn't work out for you, please do call our customer service center. They will work with you on a payment plan to bring you back up to date on your accounts. And I think I'd like to give that, if we can pull that slide up again with the website and
Sure.
with the phone number, just to give people so that they can see where they can call. There it is again. The website to download the application is at epwater.org/COVID-19 assistance. And you can call that number 915-263-4444, or you can email at customer.recovery@epwater.org.
Thank you so much, Christina, and thank you for sharing this information with our community. I would like to thank all of our viewers for attending and participating in our quick session today. And please don't hesitate to call. The Hispanic Chamber works with all of our partners, and we have some great programs here available for you. You all please stay safe and have a happy Halloween as much as you can.